Hello, boys and girls. Welcome. Welcome to the Sunday Huddle Live. Hopefully, you get a little notification and you're able to jump on and give me some scores. Give me scores. Give me scores. Seems like that's all I want, but very important. So, hopefully you get this. Jump on, give me the scores. You don't have to do nothing else. You can just have it on the background, or you can log right off, or you can stick around because I am going to be speaking on third, the third part of how playing Super U will change you. And this third part is going to focus on the mental superpowers. Woo-hoo, yes. So, first of all, let's do a little recap while we wait for some scores to come in. So, last week, we did part two of how Super U will change you. And we went through in detail the physical transformations that will happen. Okay. So we had, yes, we talked about no man's land, about getting into that place, that uncomfortable place, no man's land, or what other name did I come up with that was pretty good? Bandit country or Dodge City. Okay. It's the place where it's scary, okay, but everything happens in there. So we talked about getting into no man's land when you do a workout. That is the uncomfortable place you've never been before. Your body will then, when you stick around in there, because it's the fight or flight, the alarm bells are going off. You say no, your brain goes, oh, well, I suppose the boss is wanting to stay. So then your brain activates your adaptation, your evolution. It triggers the evolution part of your brain to for you to stick around and for your body to start adapting to the no man's land, and that's how your body changes. Then we went through um, individually how that happens with the different transformations. Okay, so I took the main two, which was our fat loss and muscle tone, the two we want at the moment, most of all because we still are in the game of life and we still like to look good, and that's what it's all about right now. And I went through how with fat loss, no man's land is when you get tired, you stick around in there, your brain makes your body adapt, and that's how you get fitter, and that's how you burn fat, because you have to use the fat that's stored in your body to stay in there in no man's land and then stay in the fight, and that's how you burn. And then for muscle tone, we when the muscle gets sore and we think we can't do anymore, we do 1, 2, or 3 more reps, and your body adapts to stay in the fight and it never goes back. And so no man's land then the next time is the norm for you, and the new no man's land is further away, and that is how these workouts will change your body. Okay, so there's your recap. I like to do a little recap because I forget everything, right? I'm not saying you're like me, but I forget everything. So I like things laid out simple, and I'm always shouting at the screen if there's no recap because I don't remember what happened. Don't remember what happened an hour ago, let alone last week. So there you go. Now we have the last part of how Super U will change you. And this is probably the most important, especially for myself. And of course for everyone else, because it's instantaneous. Okay, and you can't do anything else without this benefit, this transformation, and that is mental superpowers. So gotta check me notes here. Recap, did that. Okay, how Super U will change your mind. Okay, how it will give you mental superpowers. Ooh, what was that? Ah, okay. Very good. Very good. Well done, Danny. You take your time. No rush. We've all got busy lives going on. So I'm just going to continue on. Okay. So how will playing Super You change your mind? So first, I will do in general. Okay. And then I will go into one, two, three, four little detailed topics of how it changes your mind in detail. Okay. Don't worry, I'll try not to yabbity yabbit on like I'm used to. So in general, how will playing Super You change your mind? How will these workouts change your mind? So the first, in general, and the most important, and the most instantaneous is the dopamine release. Okay, so in case you don't know what dopamine is, it is a beautiful, magical potion, a chemical that your brain produces and rewards you with. Um, and it's released as soon as you finish a Super U workout. Now, it's released as soon as you finish any workout, just to be fair. Um, but Super U workouts are difficult and they're hard, and you push yourself, and there's no limit as to how much you can push yourself. And so they are the best. They release the most dopamine, but that is the general mental benefit. So, what is this dopamine, this magic potion I speak of? So, as a psychiatrist once told me, it is that he describes it as the feel good chemical. Okay, the feel good chemical, the feel good drug. Um, you will know as soon as you've done a workout if you stop. And the best description and the best example is whenever you finish your workout, or anyone's finished their workout, you watch and look around if you're with anyone else, and they are yabbing away. Okay, they're chatty, and they're chatting to people that they, uh, only before the workout were holding their head down because they didn't really know each other, and they're all getting on with their business, and they were pretty anxious before the workout. But you watch now; those people are brothers and sisters in arms, and they're chatting away. Okay, and it happens every time, and it's no fluke. It's pure science. Okay, it happens because you have done something that is hard, but that deep down you wanted to do. Okay, deep down you want to do that thing. Okay, but it's hard. And if that is the situation, and it's a situation for lots of stuff, getting out of bed in the morning, going to work, visiting somebody that's doesn't is not your favorite person. There's a million things, but deep down, your soul knows the answer, and it knows that you must get up out of bed. You must go to work. You must be nice and visit this cranky person, and you must do your workout. And anytime you do something that you know your soul knows that it wants to do, that it should do, and you do it, your brain rewards you with dopamine. Okay, and the reason playing Super You, is the best at it is because it's the hardest. The more you push yourself, okay, into no man's land, into that bandit country, into the fight, the harder it is. Okay, it's hard to do a jog. It's hard to go for, it's a little bit hard to go for a long walk. It's hard to do many things, but the harder the fight, the more dopamine. Okay, the more you are rewarded. So that in general is the first way Super You will change your mind. Now let's go into a little bit more detail. I got four topics here. Okay, one, let me have a look, is habits. Two, strength, mental strength. Three, what's possible. And four, adventure. So let me just go through them. Okay. So the in detail, the first way it will change your mind, Super You, is habits. Okay. So because that leads from the general, the dopamine, then you start to see how this dopamine is released every time you do a Super U workout, or every time you do anything that's difficult. Okay. And you want to do it again. Okay. And it takes a little bit of time for you to make that connection. That's why I point it out all the time, because you could go through your whole life not knowing that. But when you point it out, you see, oh yeah, geez, I feel so much different every time. And so the more you do it, the easier it gets to because it gets imprinted in the like anything in the hard drive of your mind, and it becomes easier. You become less anxious to actually do the workouts, because not I don't want to say you get addicted to the dopamine, but for lack of a better word, that's exactly what happens. And because of this, then the workouts become a habit. Okay. So they're not as much of a struggle. That's how it changes your mind. It makes the workouts a habit because of the dopamine that you receive, and you're acknowledging the fact, and because it's a lot of it, and you love it. And for me, if I don't do one of these workouts, it's there's nothing wrong. It's not like I'm going cold turkey, but my day is just not as productive. I'm not as in charge. I'm not as confident. When I do one, whoa, there's nothing I can't achieve. Elon Musk will be put to shame with how I can get things done, and that is imprinted in my brain now as a habit, because I've been doing them for so long. So there you go. In detail, Super You will change your mind with creating the habit of the workout. Okay, and if anything else you do is hard work, that's why you get up every morning. It becomes less and less of a struggle because you've been doing it for 30 years. But you probably have never made the connection with the actual dopamine chemical, because we know a lot more now than we did back in the day. So there you go. Number 2 reason that Super You will change your mind is, I'm not going to look at my list. Habit, strength, mental strength. Okay, so it's great to go for a walk. It's great to go for a jog. It's great to go to a spin class. But how long do you stay in the fight if you don't know about the fight? Okay, you go along with the class, you go for the walk, you go for the jog. It's great stuff, but you're not really uncomfortable. You're not sitting back having a cocktail on the beach, but you're not in the fight, are you? Okay. And so Super You workouts, these workouts will push you into the fight, because that's where you're going. To beat that score, you're forced to go into that fight. And that will make you mentally strong. You will not be afraid of the discomfort. Okay. um you will notice that in everything else you do. Okay, the discomfort doesn't you're not afraid of it anymore as much. Okay, because why? Because you're becoming mentally strong by hanging out in the fight all the time. Okay, so number 2 reason that Super You will change your mind is it will make you mentally strong. Boom. Okay, so how are we looking for time? No scores. Ho ho ho. Oh, there'll be strong words during the week. I keep saying that, but I never get, I never can come around to shouting. But hopefully, I know everybody's busy, but hopefully you're able to jump on and send in some scores. I'm hoping I can make this so that it's easily accessible, and it's not interrupting people's busy lives. But it is important to have this little Sunday huddle, and to get ready and regroup for the next week. So jump on here, give me some scores, so let's move on with the lecture. Number 3 reason that Super You will change your mind. We had habits. Okay, well, we had general, right? The dopamine. We had habits. It'll make a habit out of the workout. 3. Then we had mental strength. Okay, you will get comfortable in the uncomfortable. Okay, and that will work for anything you ever do. Okay, when we get attacked by zombies, you will be the one in your family that saves everybody else. Okay. So number 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Yes. Is what's possible. Okay. So we have been told a lot of stuff about what's possible with our bodies. Okay. And not just by other people and experts, by our own mind. And that is just a fail safe. Okay. You, your body can do, I don't even know, but at least 100 times more than the experts tell you, and at least 50 times more than your own mind will tell you. Now, we don't want to get there to that edge unless it's life or death, but there's a lot of room to maneuver there in that 50 times. Okay. So, Super You workouts pushing you into that no man's land, also pushing you to beat your score. Okay. You will be amazed once you break through the force field, okay, that your mind has set up to keep you safe. You'll be amazed that you could still carry on, okay, and you'll be amazed that you could still go a little faster, and you could do a few extra reps, and you could do a whole round when you really push yourself. And because of that, that changes your mind into believing what's possible, and you will start to see that in the rest of your life. You will start to see, okay, um, you know, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, that you can only do this or you can only do that, because I thought I could only do this and I thought I could only do that, and I can actually do a little bit more. And so there's always a fail safe, and it's a big, huge fail safe safety net. So you can get right up to the edge of it before it gets dangerous. All right. So Super You workouts will change the way you think about what is possible, what you are possible. Okay. And not just mentally and motivated, and you can change the world and all that lovely stuff. I mean, physically. Physically, you will be amazed at what is possible. And these workouts will change the way you think about that, and that will creep in to everything else. So there you go. Number 4 reason Super You will change your mind. Okay. So we got the last one on the list. Okay. Adventure. Adventure. Right? So, Super You will change your mind because our Super You workouts will change your mind because they are set up like a game. And a game is an adventure. And it changes your mind because you feel like you're a part of something. You feel like you're on a quest. You feel like you're on a mission. You're not just doing repetitive stuff like a gerbil hamster, 10 of these, 10 of them, 20 of them, 15 of these, okay? Looking in the mirror, am I seeing results, and all that stuff, okay? So the sense of adventure, that's what these workouts trigger in your mind. And the mind loves the sense of adventure. We're programmed that way. Otherwise, we would never have crossed the oceans, never got out of the cave, and we would never have gone up to the moon. Okay. It's in us for adventure. And you can see it and experience it exactly when someone turns to you and goes, let's play a game. You know what I mean? And I always say this story about how my dad, used to make me do work in the garden, and he wanted me to move the bricks. He wanted me to, grab that pile of bricks and tidy them up over there. And I was always like, until he started saying, all right, make a pile of bricks, okay, with 10 bricks as fast as you can. And I build them up. And then you go, right, that was great. That was, you took you 1 minute and 20 seconds. Now, can you do it again faster? And of course, simple me couldn't wait to do it. Didn't know what the game he was playing. But it didn't matter because I got excited about it. And you get excited when there's a game involved. You get excited when there's an adventure involved. And that's what these playing Super You and doing these workouts programs your mind to do. you're involved and the game never stops. And I don't pull these things out of a hat. They will always progress you. You are always working your way. Whoa, Danny's in. Danny's in with some lovely scores. Thank you very much. Danny's here to save the day and feed my score habit. So thank you, Danny. Well done. 37 and workout 39. Whoa, big high scores there. You're getting close. I wonder were they any of them in master mode. Hopefully you're trying out some of that master mode. So yeah, the sense of adventure of playing Super U or doing Super U workouts is going to change your mind. Okay, because you're going to feel involved. You're going to feel like you are on a mission. Okay, that you're not just watching television and Netflix and all that stuff is great, but it's just entertainment. Okay, there's no, this is your body and your transformation is unexplored territory. It's like if somebody told you that they found another piece of land that no one's ever been on. Okay, I would want to go there and want to see what was going on and see if there was aliens and monsters, and that's exactly what these workouts and playing Super U does. It creates that sense of adventure and exploration, and that's what changes your mind. Okay, you start to be involved in the workouts because they are about you, about your body, and about your transformation. Okay, so let me just recap. How Super U changes your mind. One. Oh wait, is that the first thing? Oh yeah. One. In general, the dopamine. Anytime you do anything hard that that your soul wants to do, but it's hard, but you stand up and fight and do it anyway, your primal brain rewards you with a drug called dopamine, and it's the feel happy drug. And Super U workouts are the hardest, so they create the most dopamine. Number two reason that Super U will change your mind is it creates habits. Okay, you get addicted, for lack of a better word, to that dopamine. Okay, and it's a great drug to get addicted to. It's the only one that it will not only not cause you harm, but will is good for you, and you will keep seeking it. Okay, and then that becomes a habit, and you don't have to think about the workout. You don't get anxious about doing the workout, and it becomes a habit. Number three reason that Super U will change your mind is mental strength. Okay, mental strength. The longer you stay in the fight, the more mentally strong you become. Okay, it will happen naturally without you even knowing it. You will become comfortable in the discomfort. You will be the one in your family that saves you from the zombie apocalypse. Number four reason that Super U will change your mind is what's possible. Okay, what is possible? You will push yourself to beat that score. Okay, that's why it's there. That's why it's there to push you. And once you do, and it's life or death in a way to beat that score, because you know you can. You are amazed the fact that you still had anything left in you, and that's because you have a big safety net within your mind telling you you've had enough. There's a lot of room to wiggle there, and once you start to play in that fight, and you realize that it's going to change the structure of your mind, and you will question lots of stuff about what is possible, what you can do, because there's safety nets everywhere. That's why the mind is there. But you have to push back a little, because there's a big safety net, and you don't have to take it to the dangerous place. You can just take it a bit further, and you'll see what's possible. And the last reason that Super U will change your mind is adventure. We are programmed to seek adventure, to explore, and this being playing Super U and being involved in your progression, your transformation, your scores is a sense of adventure. A sense of adventure that you don't get in mundane workouts and tasks where you are just doing repetitive stuff just to look better in the mirror. That won't happen for a good while, and it's not a good enough reason, because eventually your mind will just, there's no adventure, there's no progression, there's nothing to entice you, and you will come up with an excuse not to do it anymore. And so the sense of adventure, the never ending quest and mission that you are on, will keep you engaged, keep your mind engaged, and you will keep doing these workouts. And then you will look in the mirror and go, whoo, god damn. Okay. So there you go. That is it. There is the part 3 of how Super You will change you. And next week, then I will have a new topic for you to ramble on about, but it'll always be something about your body and your transformation. So you should tune in. You should. Okay. So, Danny, thank you for the scores. I will have to hunt down your classmates, your teammates, to get the rest of them. And yes, get ready for the next week. The first workout of the week will be there waiting for you. I think everyone is getting close to that 51. So there'll be a whole new level coming up whenever you finish that 50 and you pass the little test, just to make sure that you're you are ready for level 2. And that's it. Other than that, I will see you at the next workout and fight there. Until then, stay in that fight. Ooh.